Hi, I'm Mike with My Plumber Heating and Cooling. We've decided to create this video series to help better inform our customers, answer their questions in regards to water quality issues, water conditioning, and discussions on well water as well as municipal water. We frequently are asked the same questions over and over again, so we decided to put this video series together to help better inform our customers and answer their questions. So let's get to it. This morning's installment will be about municipal water and specifically chlorine. Here in the United States, we have been blessed for generations having very clear, an abundance of clear, crystal clear, healthy water, free of pathogens, free of germs, and free of the risks of waterborne illness. That's been a blessing that has been provided by us, by the water purveyors that we purchase our water from, or that supply water to us. By and large, the greatest deal of confidence in the quality of that water has come because those folks have been adding chlorine to our water. That chlorine has been added to our water for generations now, with no ill effects that we know of. However, as we get better informed through generations, and as Americans more now than ever before are more concerned about what they put in their bodies, what they eat, being more healthful and more health-minded, we thought we'd bring this subject up for discussion. Chlorine is added to the water when it comes out of the reservoir for the municipal supplier or the river or deep water wells, wherever they happen to be getting the water. Chlorine is added. There's a lot of filtration that takes place as well, but chlorine is added to ensure the potability of that water, to make sure that it's free of bacteria, viruses, germs, things that obviously we would find detrimental to our health. That chlorine is what removes those things and kills them off. And it's been great that's been done for us. Over the last 10-15 years, in some municipalities less time, it has been determined that over the course of the pipeline arrangement that the municipal supplier sends that chlorinated water through, the concentrations of chlorine fall off or are reduced. For that fact, most municipal suppliers, and all of the ones in our service area for sure, have decided that adding ammonia to the chlorinated water extends the shelf life, if you will, of the chlorine so that it stands up better as it travels through the piping arrangement. In other words, if you go several miles downstream, the residual chlorine levels are still where they should be, as opposed to dropping off because they've lost their potency over their travels. Unfortunately, we've learned through studies and media that the addition of ammonia to our chlorinated water results in a substance called chloramines. Chloramines, in and of themselves, are not harmful to us as organisms, but chlorines, when combined with naturally occurring organics that occur in our drinking water, whether it come from a well or whether it come from a reservoir or whether it come from a river, when the chloraminated water comes in contact with these organics, there's a byproduct produced called trihalomethanes, THMs. THMs have been tested and found to be carcinogenic. For that reason, it's come to our attention and a number of people's attention that it is beneficial to us as humans that drink water, bathe in water, and submerge ourselves in water, wash our clothes in water, that perhaps we might be better off removing the chlorine from the water prior to us consuming it, bathing in it, and doing our laundry and clothes in it, and taking care of our children, etc. in it. For that reason, a number of means have been made available to remove chlorine from the water. Typically in the past it's been through point-of-use filtration, but nowadays with the advancements in technology and some changes that have been made in the water conditioning industry, we have available to us a number of products that will remove the chlorine from the water so that we no longer have concerns about trihalomethanes. We no longer have concerns about chlorine in the water. And those sorts of concerns are alleviated because we have removed that constituent from the water. One of the things that we take for granted, because it's been done so long for us, is that the chlorine needs to be in the water. That's a misconception. the chlorine needs to be in the water up until the point where it arrives at our home. Once it arrives at our home, the chlorine really serves no additional purpose. There is no benefit to human beings for consuming, bathing in, or doing their laundry in chlorinated water. So once the chlorine arrives at the home, there's really no benefit to us as consumers for having it in there. There are a number of studies out there now indicating that there are some detrimental aspects to having that chlorine. Certainly the chloramines, and certainly the trihalomethanes. None of those are good for us. It is now possible for us to remove the chlorine from the water where the water line enters the house, so that with a reasonable cost, with very little maintenance, we have the assurance that the chlorine will be removed. One of the things we need to remember as consumers of chlorinated water in particular, only a small portion of the chlorine that our bodies take in comes through the water that we drink. A larger percentage comes in through our lungs as we are in the shower and we are drinking, in the shower breathing. Chlorine does exist as a gas, so we are inhaling a good bit of chlorine. We are also, as we immerse ourselves in water or showering, we are also absorbing a considerable amount of chlorine through the skin. All of those things certainly do us no good. For that reason, we would promote removing chlorine from household residential water, because once that water has arrived at your house with the chlorine in it, there's no benefit to having the chlorine. So if you'd like to have additional questions or would like to discuss this with me or any of our technicians, please call us here at My Plumber, 8664-MY-PLUMBER. We'd be happy to have these discussions. Further installments in the future will be concerning hard water, for those of you on wells in particular, but some municipal systems, as well as low pH water, acid water, and some other things that we'd like to share our information with you to keep you better informed and hopefully improve your quality of life. So if you have any questions, call us here at My Plumber. Thank you.